Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, because it's showtime.
Yeah, morning. Good morning at the, what do we call this? The cafe, what?
Breakfast at the cafe. You call it the breakfast, but breakfast at the cafe.
It's called the breakfast.
The breakfast in your Puerto Rican English.
I gotta tell you something. I feel like I'm in the Puerto Rican Witness Protection Program. I put a light close to the laptop because I felt like I was in a cave all week. And then I look at you and you have that natural light. You have all that beauty going on. And I feel like a cop is about to ask me 100 questions.
I just sent you a picture of the amount of lights that I have in front of me, and I just ordered another one because I have a feeling we're going to be doing this next week also.
So let me get this right. You have more than one light?
I got 3.
Really?
Uh-huh. I've got an old makeup mirror that I found that talk about making do with what you got. I've got a desk lamp, a makeup mirror, and my Tinkerbell light. And I've got another light coming over the weekend. So we'll see if that makes it look a little better because our guests come on looking spectacular. And you and I look like we're in a cave.
I know. We look horrible. You would think that we were prepared to do this.
Well, next time you decide to infinite wisdom to do this, could you give me more than a half-hour notice?
Hey, listen, I did not decide to do this. This was brought about because of catastrophic.
No, as a matter of fact, we are considered an essential in the media that we are allowed to stay open. So this was your decision, Monday Night Magic Man. My lunch is still at the studio.
Go get it.
I got to go get it. I got to get my wand. I got to water the plants. I mean, next time you make a catastrophic decision, could you give me more than 30 minutes is all I can tell you.
I don't know what's going on, but I look like I have sunburn. What the hell is going on? What's going on?
You got a sunburned face and yellow hands. You feel okay?
I feel fine. Why am I turning red?
You have a fever? Are you flushed?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on.
You're looking red. You know what's happening today? I want you to know we have a full show lined up because our community has pulled together. We've got Oceans 2, 3, 4. They're going to be logging and talking about how they're delivering essential groceries and toilet paper to the community. We've got Ted Hodgkinson's going to join us today from Roots and Wings and Impact 100 Men. And we have an old throwback. Arizona's going to be calling in around 9:45 just to say hello. And that's just the 9 o'clock show.
Yeah, and then this afternoon we have some exciting news. We have a gentleman that has a company that is wants to get into the community and let the community know that they have masks and all sorts of garments and things and gloves for sale and nationwide for the bigger boys, the FPD, the fire department, senior homes, and things of that nature. So I brought in David DePino from Tenet Hospital, who's going to join us.
Nice.
So we can put all of that stuff together. And then there's some odds and ends, some goodies. And if I continue to get red like this, I'm going to have to go and get some suntan lotion. I think it's the light.
I think you look like, I only wish we could hear Teddy on this call because it looks like you're in a hole in a cave. I don't really know where you're quite in, but yes, you do.
I'm in a corner.
No one puts baby in the corner. I got to tell you, this week of being home, not a big fan. I had a migraine for 4 days. 4 days. Today's day 4 of the migraine. It is finally subsiding and I feel like a human being again. But I got to tell you, anyone that goes through this and the stress, totally stress cluster. And all the medicine I took, all it did was make me more sick. So I got to get some fresh air today and get out of here and do what I got to do. But I have to tell you, this is how you know I've been cooped up for too long. I'm scrolling through Facebook today and I see a lot of our farmers in the community, they've got extra produce. They're not supplying to the cruise ships. They're not supplying to the restaurants. They're not even farming some of the fields right now. It's going to go bad. So instead of going to the grocery store, you can go to some of these farms and pick up bulk boxes. And they've got variety boxes, $10 for a 25-pound box of vegetables. Spectacular, right? So I thought, could be a fun outing today. So I said to Chuck, I said, I'm going to go to the farm and pick up vegetables to cook. He said, you what? I said, I'm going to go pick up vegetables to cook. He said, what was that word? I said, which one, vegetables or farm? He said, no, that other one. I said, cook? He said, yeah, you just said that? I said, mm-hmm. At 9 a.m., it sounds like a good idea, right? Tonight or tomorrow at 6 p.m., when it comes to cooking it, it might not be such a good idea.
That's interesting. You know something? And I want to say hi to Faith Washington. She's watching. In the news today, they're talking about some of the major distributors of food in this country. There are companies that are actually pouring milk out because it's going bad. They have no place to go with it and they're throwing it away. The other problem is that their produce, there are certain dates during the year that you have to pick it. It has its picking time. And most of the workers that do that work are caught in quarantine in foreign countries, believe it or not. Guatemala, things of that nature, South Americans, because apparently we don't pick our own food in this country. We have others from outside come in and do it, and they're locked away and they can't come. So all this produce, you're going to start seeing $15 for one strawberry because it's not going to be anywhere to be found.
Well, right now, if you go on, we can post some of these links, but I'm glad Amanda Ellis is joining us from Oceans 234 because restaurants have extra food, and these farmers, Bednar's and East Coast, they've got variety boxes, or you can just buy a 25-pound box of watermelon for $10. I mean, the prices are ridiculously low to get back into the community. So there are things out there and available, and the more we find, the more we want to bring the information out to you. So ready to bring Amanda over?
Absolutely.
Hi, I see her logged in.
And
I think she's at work at Ocean 234. There she is. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. How is everyone?
we're hanging in there. How are you?
Tired, but good. Good. At
Now
least I
that
still
patio
get to
is
come enjoy the view.
beautiful.
Thank you. And there's some workers over there, so if too loud, let me know. I'll relocate.
And Amanda's
That's
at
good.
Ocean 234.
Now, Amanda, what I want you to do is I want you, if you can, to turn your computer. You can't have that light behind you because you look like you're in the witness protection program. So we gotta. Hey, there you go. And there's Amanda. Now we see you. That's fine.
Is that a little
That's
better for
perfect.
you? All
Absolutely,
right.
that's perfect.
Cool.
It's a growing platform
Awesome.
for us as well. We're doing this with people from all over the world, so technical problems and changes are a thing of nature for us. But that's great. You look fantastic. How are you? Good morning.
Oh, good. I am good. A little tired, ready for a couple of days off, but I'm great. Other than that, it's definitely adjusting to the new normal.
You're not lying. So tell us a little bit about your restaurant. What's going on? What's happening?
All right, so for those of you that aren't familiar with our property, as it usually is in day-to-day operations, we are a premier oceanfront restaurant. We're right on the beach in Deerfield, just less than a mile from the Boca Raton border. As you can see, I kind of showed you, we're right next to the pier. We're a primarily seafood-driven restaurant. I am the director of events, so we plan over 500 private events a year here. So we also morph ourselves into a venue. So now, with everything that was happening, we saw this change coming at us pretty quickly. So we had to pivot because it wasn't sustainable for us to just be takeout and delivery with our own menu. That's not what our brand is. That's not where we excel. So our amazing owner, Danielle Rossi, who I'll share a little bit more about here in a minute, we all put our big brains together, and she's sitting there and she's trying to figure out a way, how can I pull this all into the community? What can I do? How can I do it? And she realizes she's sitting with our rep from Cheney Brothers, and she's like, I can become a grocery store. So obviously we don't get the same type of products as grocery stores do. So it was challenging to find that balance. So that's what we did. The necessities when the grocery stores were completely empty of toilet paper and chicken and eggs. we were able to get those items. So it was kind of a mutually beneficial thing for both ourselves and the community to be able to do that. There's a lot of people that really don't want to leave their homes. So for us, I've turned into a delivery driver. So
Wow.
it's a very cool concept that we've come up with, and one that's today is our biggest day to fulfill orders that we've had yet. We have 110 orders to fulfill between pickup and delivery.
Oh my
Holy
goodness.
smoke.
Yeah,
110
we've been
orders.
110. I think our best day prior to that was just under 80, so we're pretty excited. We also did kind of incentivize people with a free bottle of wine yesterday, so I think that helped give us a
Wow.
little boost.
So
You
what are
can't
some
go
of
wrong
the
with a bottle of
items,
wine.
right? What are some of the items people can order, and how do they order?
Okay, so you will go to our website. There's a pop-up right when you get onto oceans234.com. It'll say place your order for groceries now. We have produce, we have dairy, we have tons of meat. We're adding new items daily. There's condiments, there's cereal, there's toilet paper, paper towels, wipes, sanitizer, hand sanitizer. Those items that people are really struggling to find in the stores, that they're going to 3 and 4 stores and coming up with no luck, exposing themselves even further. We have those items here.
That is
How
absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, and we're also doing a pre-prepared Easter dinner
I
for
saw
those
that.
people, that. Yeah, so we're pretty excited about that. We added some stuff for Passover too. We have matzo balls and a few other items. I think she's adding brisket next week as well. So it's
far do
pretty cool.
you
Oh,
go to
and,
deliver?
and there's wine and beer and booze on the website too. So
Well, you
we've
can't go
kind of
wrong with
All
got you
right.
that.
fully.
You
How
got me at
far do
wine.
you?
Maybe brisket, but I think wine kind of got me good.
No, I think they got you at hand paper towels, right?
Yes, yes.
How far do you go to deliver? How far? What is the
um,
region?
so currently we are Boca Raton, Delray, Parkland, Coconut Creek, Highland Beach, Pompano, and Deerfield, obviously.
You go all the way down to
So we're
Pompano. Okay.
we are. Did I say Lighthouse Point? Lighthouse Point as well. So, and if there's a special request, we've had a few people that live in Boynton. One of our drivers lives in Lantana. So, if you have that special request, send an email through our website, and we'll do our best to try and accommodate you if you have a special request with if you are outside of our limits.
And you can
We
pay
have one
online.
of
Yes, everything is completely online. We're trying to be as cautious as possible. We do not allow any of our guests inside the front door. You will pull up. Your one of our staff members will come out, get your order number. We'll prepare everything. We'll place it on a table, and you're able to take it right from there. Same thing with our deliveries. We will text our guests within about an hour window of when we'll arrive. We drop the groceries at the door. We send a text when we leave. So we're trying social distancing as best as humanly possible.
now, Dawn. One of our producers, they have to go out to get money to get food, and their mother is an asthmatic. And we were talking about this. If you saw in the chat box, we were talking about what do you do because they don't want to go out and come back and perhaps get the mom sick. So one of the things
Yeah,
that Oceans 234 can offer is the things that they need, and then you guys will deliver. And I think he's
absolutely.
in Boca, isn't he?
We'll find out.
In
We'll get the
Boca?
information.
Yeah, please do. Just so anybody here wants my contact information, I can be reached at amanda@oceans234.com. Any special requests, do not hesitate. We are fulfilling them as best as we possibly can. We're really trying to do anything that we possibly can do out there just to help people because we totally understand that. There's a need. There's a lot of elderly down here that just are too scared to leave their homes, and it's completely understandable.
And Amanda comes to us through Fem City, another Fem City connection, Freddie.
Of
Truly.
course,
Patty
is the best.
Goldenberg, of course.
I
Patty
mean,
Goldenberg, this
she's the
every day.
best. She is the absolute best. I'm going to give my Fem shout out to her right now for putting me in touch with you guys.
Do your Fem
Now,
shout out because, yes. Yeah.
people are asking me, are you making lunches or anything like that and dinners to buy as well, or just the food to buy as a grocery store?
So we have a few pre-prepared items. We are working on that. Since we are only working with our management team. Those are the only staff members still employed. Unfortunately, we did have to lay off 80 of our employees. So our manpower is a little low at this time. We do have chicken salad, which is awesome. It's what I had for lunch yesterday. We have marinara sauce. And as time progresses and as we see the need, we'll definitely try and add more items. Oh, we do have lobster ravioli too. So
Oh my God.
And a bottle of wine, I'm all in.
yeah, so we have a few of those items. So we're doing our best to add as we go.
That's incredible. And delivery's the same day?
No, so we may have to expand our delivery days, but currently we're delivering on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Delivery will need to be in 5 p.m. the day before. Because we are placing our orders, we're obviously trying to run a pretty tight ship, so we're placing our orders the day before for the next day for pickup and delivery. And pickup will be the same days as well. It's just trying, we've never been a grocery store, so we're trying to give ourselves a little bit of leeway to make sure that we're fulfilling and we don't have to call the guest and say, oh, sorry, we ran out of something. Now,
So
obviously, if somebody has a pickup request and we can fulfill it, we absolutely will do our best.
if they want food for Monday to pick up or deliver, place it over the weekend, and then they can do it for Monday?
Absolutely. Yeah, they could place an order today, and it gives you options of what day. So we had a bunch of people already fulfill their their requests for Easter yesterday. So there's a separate stack of deliveries and to-go orders that we will fulfill later in the week.
You guys are doing such amazing things for the community. So, Freddie, my idea of 10 minutes ago of cooking just went out the window. Glad I didn't do that because this sounds a whole lot better for me.
Well, and if you want a little extra added fun, we did add recipes. Some of our menu items that we have normally in our restaurant that we're selling the chicken. There's a chicken club recipe, a ton of different things that we offer here in-house that we're supplying with our meats. So if you go on our website, there's also a recipe section as well. Give you a little
There you
extra
go,
tip.
going right back to the cooking.
No more cooking.
So, yeah, exactly. So,
a great
can I
article.
give a little plug about?
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, you tell us.
I just want to give a little shout out. So we're also doing something with our pickup and delivery for our staff members that are unemployed currently. When you do a delivery, the delivery fee and then any tips that are collected, which it can all be digitally, we don't need you to hand us cash when you pick up or when we drop off. All of that money goes back to our unemployed staff right now. And we also, the other day, Danielle came up with the awesome concept and we gave everybody care packages, big ones. So that was pretty cool. And
Wow.
I was fortunate enough to be able to package those, write little notes for each one, and be able to smile and wave at them as they all came to pick them up. It was great. It was a great morale boost. So
wow.
please
Very
support
nice.
with your tips. A little goes a long way.
So it goes back to your employees. Absolutely amazing,
Correct.
Amanda. Thank you so much. Let's give out your email again.
Amanda@oceans234.com.
And people can just go to the website, Oceans234, place their orders.
Yes, absolutely. And there's a special request section. So if you're watching this, please fill out in the special request that you heard about us through the show. So we are able to thank them on social media too. What goes around comes around.
I
Freddie, we
agree.
got to get our social media out on these things.
I'm gonna call Beaucaire Country Club afterwards. We have a lot of seniors in this community, and they can't get to the stores. And I'm gonna call the head office and give them your number as a link so that people can order from you. And I think it's a very win-win situation for everybody. So I want to thank you,
That
thank
is
you, thank you, thank you.
amazing. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Stay
Excellent.
safe. We'll stay in touch with
My
us. You have my
pleasure.
number. Let us know what else we can ever do for you guys.
Absolutely. Likewise. Anything you guys need, if you hear of somebody out there that's struggling or needs something, do not hesitate to reach out to us.
Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
All right, Teddy, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, we got Ted Hodgkinson's, Freddie.
How come I look yellow?
You look yellow. You look like you got a sunburn. Looks like you got to get some fresh air. Get out of those walls is all I can say.
Maybe I'm allergic to this light. Could it be?
Maybe you're
Can you be
allergic to your
allergic to
house.
light?
Maybe it's time to go back to the studio and do some. You could sit in one room and I can sit in another.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because this is the platform we got to make sure it works Listen, you're not yellow. You're fine. I feel like maybe it's the shirt. I'm going to change the shirt.
Did you see the picture I sent you of all my lights?
I saw that. That's one scary room.
You have no idea. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, let's talk to Head Hodgkinsons of Roots and Wings and Impact Men 100. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great, outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. You see, it was the shirt. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You've learned the art of, you still look sunburned.
What is going on?
I don't know. I got to tell you a funny story, though.
Yeah.
So I ordered Uber Eats for breakfast, right? I haven't eaten much this week. So I thought I'm going to have pancakes. And Teddy, finally, 2 weeks later, I order pancakes. They call me. They go, "We're outside Little Pond Family Theater." I gave them the wrong address. So now that they're coming to my house, I know. I can't even get Uber Eats right. I'm trying. This whole new normal thing for me is working on it. But I got to eat, right? I thought of you. I said, I'm going to have some pancakes. And I told my family I'm ordering breakfast. So here we go.
I don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden, I'm as red as a tomato.
Do you have a fever?
No, I don't have a fever.
All right. Well, you just stay put.
What the hell's going on?
Stay put where you are. Eileen Lemmelman, I hope you guys you were doing well. Also, I want to bring you and Jill on next week, actually. Let's talk about the mindset of what's going on through all of this. So we'll get in touch with you and we'll do a segment of keeping people focused with Eileen and Jill. I would love to do that.
Also, I want to say good morning to my man, Troy, who watches every show. How you doing, Troy? And we got Trisha is on the on there as well, saying that I look great. She's a little blind, but she's good to go.
So our
I don't know
first
what's
segment,
going
we
on.
had Amanda from Oceans 234. And I have to tell you, we talked to Patty from Fem City week after week. It's probably been a year now. And every week she has that nugget of our community of what they're doing. And Amanda and Danielle, they're both members of Fem City Boca del Rey. And they have turned Oceans 234 into a takeout delivery grocery store with produce, with meats, with toilet paper, with paper towels, with hand sanitizers. All you have to do is go to oceans234.com website and go to their delivery or their grocery app. They also have food for Easter and Passover. So that's right around the corner. You know, our community is really, really reaching out to help everybody, which is unbelievable.
That's pretty good. Now, did you know that they were doing that before you put it together?
I only knew when Patty told us on Wednesday, and I went, hold up on that one. And Patty put this together yesterday. Quick. I was texting Amanda at about 10:30 last night, putting today's segment together, and she was gracious enough to join us on such last minute notice.
And yes, I am playing with the light, as you can tell.
You're playing with the light. We've got Ted Hodgkinson's on the line also with Roots and Wings. And he works so much within the schools. I really wanted to see what was happening with our schools and the kids and the teachers. So I thought, let's bring Ted in and see what's happening. Good
Hey,
morning,
Ted, how you
Ted.
doing, buddy?
Good morning, guys.
How are you
You
doing?
look a little bit like you're in a bottle of limoncello.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what it is. I don't have a filter on. I don't know. I'm not in the yellow room. I'm like I had dengue fever or something. I don't know what's going on.
Got to put some white walls behind you.
These are white. I think they're white.
Well, they look awful green to everybody else. A lot of yellow and green. You're looking like you're in your St. Patrick's Day mode.
I'm going to get you that
Thank
bow
you.
tie, Freddie.
No, I had to change my shirt. I'm gonna go to another shirt change.
Ted, how
Fluorescent
are you
green,
doing?
fluorescent white.
How you doing, Ted?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm of course upset because just like the kids, I and my organization thrive on seeing teachers and surprising teachers and being in classrooms and seeing the kids and having the kids reading and learning and all these wonderful things. And, now they're doing it on Chromebooks and at distances and all those things which um, are being helpful but are difficult at best. And so I was on a call yesterday with actually Janet Meeks, who's the head of education in Delray for the city of Delray, and Jamie Wyatt, who works for the district. And then there were, I think, five or six of the principals in the Title I schools that were on the call as well. And we were on this little visual thing like we are today. So it was good to see them all at least. And but there's still some problems there. Comcast has said that um, they've given bandwidth and they're giving free Wi-Fi to people, but there are still spots that it doesn't seem to work, and there are still families that don't seem to either understand how to use it or whatever. And I was going to, I think Comcast has had a pretty bad reputation in some cases with people. And I was going to try to put something up about how they were trying to be helpful to the community. But I'm worried that the minute I put it up, I'm going to get, 1,000 families saying, well, I can't get reached by that. So we kind of put that, we're trying to isolate, first of all, the families that are having difficulty at each school, because there's some, they're not lots. They said there's a handful. So we got to get to the bottom of what the handful is, and then work through the logistics of how this plan to educate these kids is going. But it obviously isn't as good as it could be, and not being in school for the rest of the year is not going to be good. And there's going to be not only the slide, which I call the potential for stretch during the summer, but there's also going to be some slide during the school year, because these kids are, who would normally be in a classroom at a desk learning are not at a desk learning in many cases. And there's one distribution center in Delray for kids through the Palm Beach County, and that's at Village. Well, if you don't have a car and you don't have transportation to get there, that makes it difficult. You're using other sources. So there's a lot of problems. I talked about yesterday with the principals. I said, I know this isn't the right time right now to talk about it, but we need some good news. So I'd like to do a pretend to be Publishers Clearinghouse, and we still have all these schools where we know who the winners are, but we haven't been able to award them because schools closed. So I thought about being able to do a remote. Maybe you guys would help me, where we'd be the Publishers Clearinghouse. We'd show up with some signs. We'd all have our gloves on. We'd all have our masks on. We'd all keep social distance, but we'd ring the bell. The principal would be there. The principal would be able to say what it is. The first thing we'd pull out of the bag, of course, would be a roll of toilet paper. And and a hand sanitizer. And after we did all that, we'd give them the bag, and maybe that would be a way of engaging the community in a positive way to say, hey, things are still, in spite of all this distancing, things are still okay. I mean, we talk about how many people are infected, but we don't know the ages of them, where they are. We don't know how many people have recovered. I mean, these types of statistics, I think, would be helpful for everyone, because there's so much doom and gloom. There's so much fear because of the unknown. Facts and figures help all of us understand what's going on. So I try to keep a positive attitude because, I think that's the way we should always be. But it's kind of hard when you don't have that human contact. I mean, I love being in the studio with you two guys. You guys, you have energy. You
That
exude
energy.
Right, but we're still, I see the energy, but we're apart, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
kind of build on each other's energy. We all do. Human beings do that. That's what keeps us separate from other things. So
I'm glad
To
you
give
mentioned about the schools, because my daughter's a teacher and she's doing online schooling. She's an art teacher and she has 1,200 kids, and all their assignments are due by today, the first week. And she's heard from about a quarter of them. Here's the thing. You can't penalize them because maybe they don't have access to the internet. Like you said,
exactly.
they're Title I in Hallandale. They may not have access to the internet. Even though they have the equipment, if you can't get on, you can't do your work. And my
Right.
understanding is all these kids are being matriculated up into the next grade level unless a parent chooses to keep them back, which, Ted, means there's more work for you guys to do on the back end.
Well, we before all this craziness happened, and I haven't been on your show for a while, so I wanted to share some good news with you. Through a family trust, we actually had three first grade pilot projects working in three of the Title I elementary schools in Delray, where we had just 10 kids, but they were working at the first grade level, because we want to see, well, can they really stay till 4? Is this a time frame, an extra time frame that they can be? And how much will they gain? Of course, we stopped at less than halfway through, because the schools closed. But next year, we hope to have that program enlarged, because they gave us enough money to do not only the test for this year, but the first half of next year. I'm hoping that they'll give us a little more, but we've saved some of that money because they aren't in school. And then we got from Jim Moran, we got a discretionary grant to do fourth grade. And the interesting thing is that in fourth grade, at least at the two schools where we had second and third before, so we have a track record of the children going on to fourth grade, at one of the two schools, at Pine Grove, 79% of our kids were still experiencing growth, compared to 53% that weren't. So that was inspirational to me, because it means that once you get it. But what does that really mean? Underlying that, we're going to be picking up next year some kids that were not in our program in the fourth grade, right? with kids that still need that help because they got passed on, we'll say, and
Yeah.
still don't have the basics. So if we can start in first grade and go to second grade and third grade, we got 3 shots at them. But if they still don't make it by fourth grade, now we're going to build that program out, I hope. And we're working on making it a full day program, a full after school program to 6 o'clock, so that we're 5:30, so we're going to try to work with over there with the arts garage in terms of doing some stuff a couple of days a week and doing different things, because if you were doing a play, you're still reading. If you're doing robotics, you're still, as a group, you're still working together and you're still reading. So there's lots of things that can entice children. Children learn in so many different ways. If you say to the child, pick out the red ink, they have to know what red means. So, and they may be great at art, and because of the art, or because of, I was with a child who was talking about how he really didn't read that much, but he really enjoyed cooking. And I said, well, if you didn't know how to read, you wouldn't know that it was a teaspoon. What's a teaspoon? So, kids don't necessarily know all that stuff, but you got to keep pushing, just pushing the best you can.
Well, one of the pieces of good news is that I do know that Comcast and all of the internet providers are upgrading the system. We fell victim to that yesterday because we were knocked out at a 12 o'clock show. And Dawn, I was told today that it's probably going to happen again sometime during the 12 to 2 segment. What's happening is that the grid is being changed to provide for the kids, for the schools and all that. And unfortunately, somebody has to unplug it and then plug it back in a different grid, and it goes haywire. But we've seen numbers on the strength of the internet go from 1,000 MPS to 4. And I could be in the same room with a different computer, and the readings are all over the place. So we're going to have to sort of find a way under the worst circumstances to, and it's funny because we always told our producers that we want the current society to commingle more, to get away from your phone and to talk to one another. All of a sudden, this whole thing has switched on us, Dawn. Remember, we used to tell people, get your face out of your phone and talk to people, talk to people, talk to people.
Amen.
All of a sudden, I'm thinking that maybe to get the teachers on a Facebook platform. Now, no, every kid in the world has a phone, and they can get on Facebook and maybe get their assignments that way if they can't get on the internet, to find a workaround, because obviously we're not getting the material out to everybody. If your daughter only has a quarter of her class, why aren't we getting the rest of it? There has to be a problem somewhere, so we have to sort of figure this thing out. Maybe
well,
use social
one thing
media.
that I want to give as a ray of hope in this crazy period that we live in. I believe that when we're finished with this, for whenever that happens, and I'm hopeful that it will happen in the next couple of weeks, when we see this, not a spike, but it lay down its foundation. I believe that there are going to be an awful lot of parents who are not going to be as negative about the public school teachers and what they
Agreed.
go through every day to try and help these kids, because they've struggled in many cases with a child or two at home, and they
Yes.
maybe have the idea, geez, there are 24 of these kids in this classroom, and maybe I ought to give them a little bit of a break, or maybe I ought to give them a little help, because now they see that they can give them help. So I think you have to try to look for the rainbow, because if you don't, you get pancakes.
Pancakes.
So, I mean, there always should be positives, even with the negative that we're facing today. There's still the chances for that positive outcome as a result.
Agree. Is agree. And Dawn, the platform that we're going to launch, the AMC platform, I wanted to ask your daughter to use it, so that then you can go on social media to give assignments. I know that it's not the best way or the most secure way, but then that way everybody can at least get the assignments done while the system is being changed, upgraded. I can respect that because nobody saw this coming. We've been working on this for almost 11 years. 11 years to do what you're looking at right now. And I've been contacted by even some of the major networks in New York who don't have a clue in the radio business, who don't have a clue to what we're doing. Because video is still important, an important aspect. It feeds energy. It gives people a sense of confidence. I saw a report that 49% of Americans are reporting about being mentally stressed out over what's going on. And that number's just going to go up as the numbers go up. So we're going to have to sort of bear down, and everybody in their expertise is going to have to be a table setter and find what we can use with what we have to put it out there among the masses and give them a chance. You know, parents are going to need parenting skills to deal with their kids being home for the next, I don't know, 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Rest of the school year, I think.
Yeah, you're going to have to find a way of making it work where the kids are not going to be freaking out because they don't understand what's going on around them. That's another problem.
Ted, I would love you to stay in touch with us. Let us know how the school year is progressing at home. If we can do anything on our end, let us know, because
Well,
it's
as
about
always,
the
you guys are just fabulous. I mean,
Thank you.
you bring it. You allow us to come and share hopefully good stories and good pieces and point out the great teachers that we have and the kids. The most the it you know what's sad for me is we had about a week and a half before all of this really happened. We had our I want to call it a celebration, but it's a kind of a party where we give T-shirts out to all the kids that have perfect attendance, and it's got it's got the rays of the sun. It says perfect in the middle. It's got these rays, and the rays are different languages of that the children could speak. Swahili and French and whatever. And then in addition to that, we give them certificates for the growth that they've had in the school. Half of the kids at two of the schools had more than a year's worth of growth in a half a year. Now that's something to cheer about. But you think, oh, most kids are selfish. They're going to go up there and they're going to get their award, and that's okay. Every child was cheering, clapping for all these kids. And then I had about 15 people on the side, and they would go and fist bump and high five, and these adults that were there. Well, it was
Well,
as
you know
good
what
for
else
the
we can
kids
do? We
as
got
it
to
was
get
for the
we got to get
adults.
back to we got to get back to the kids and give back as much as we can. And you let us know anything we can do. We got to go to commercial break, but Ted, please stay in touch with us. We're here for the kids. We're here for the teachers. And once we're able to get out and do things, we'd be more than happy to help you share whatever you need to.
We're going to be there, and you are too, I know, because we love you guys. Thanks so much
Have a
for all
great
your
weekend.
help.
Thank you for all you do, Ted. I appreciate it.
So much.
Okay, man. Thanks. Love you guys.
Love you too. Let's go to commercial break. Thank our sponsors. We're going to hear from Your CBD Store. You talk about mental anxiety, and Dignity Memorial, of course. That segment got me yesterday like a 2x4. When we come back, ready?
Okay. All right.
Stay tuned. 866-224-5422. Give Freddie a call. Let him know he's looking a little sunburned in that green room. You're in a real green room, is all I can tell you. We'll be right back. It's great.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At Your CBD Store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD Store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams and oil drops, to pet products. Visit Your CBD Store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD Store.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Ding a ding a ding.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm eating my pancakes is all I can tell you.
I envy you.
Well, you know, Teddy's laughing and Slick's laughing because I've been talking about pancakes for how many weeks? And finally, I woke up this morning and said, you know what? It's breakfast at the cafe. I got to eat some breakfast. It's been a while. It's been a long week for me, which means, and it's been a long week for you. It's been a long week for everybody. And you think just when you get through a week, you see maybe like a ray of hope. And there's always a ray of hope. But I guess we're back at it again next week. So the more we do this, though, the more you see how much the community has to get their information out.
That's right. And, you know, I wanna tip my hat to Jody over at the BC radio station as well, because they see the importance of what we're doing. And through her help and through the help of the BC Radio Network, we're going to start bringing in some people that have been contacting them, and they've given us the opportunity to bring them on the air. And then we're going to start doing that this afternoon. And we're going to talk about the necessities and things that the community needs, and things that are open, like Ocean 234. 234, right?
234 from Fem City.
From Fem City, and it's nice to see that they took and they went a different way. They are now a giant grocery store bringing necessities. I mean, that is amazing.
They did a pivot, and we'll talk about that.
Now, where is Ocean 234 located, Dawn? You know?
It's in Deerfield. It's right off the Hillsborough Inlet and the beach.
That's where it is. Okay, that's what I thought. And they deliver all the way down to Pompano.
And all the way up to Boynton if you need.
Which is an amazing, amazing deal. I'm getting people texting in right now. It is another outreach that you can, if you can't find things at your, or you don't want to go out and you can't find things at Publix or Winn-Dixie, whatever, they are more than willing to bring it out to you. And the tips go to all those that they had to lay off, which is an amazing deal here. Yeah. And they're moving their merchandise out. I saw that Crazy Uncle Mike's had Cherry Spider on last night, which remember when that kid came on our show?
Spider Cherry?
Spider Cherry. What do they call it? Cherry Spider?
It's like paper toilet. Your English is, I'm glad, Freddie, you haven't changed. Your English is still so very sexy.
I'm still a little backwards. But that kid started with us when he came on. Remember, we were at the Delray studio. And he was there last night with his English accent, and they were rocking it. It was really interesting the way he put that together. So, and what his concept is you order some food from Crazy Uncle Mike's, and you get a little concert going together. So that has led me now to want to do 4 singers or 3, and then you and I will host it. And have 3 singers on 3 different channels in here do their thing for 30 minutes. And if we can put a GoFundMe to that, we can raise some money, and we'll send all that money out to the kids that are not working right now. Send it all out. I don't want a nickel for it. I like just to put it out there and see what we could do for them. And maybe we can give something back to the community as well.
Speaking of kids, we got Arizona on the line.
Uh-oh.
And there she is.
Arizona on the line. Holy smokes, the cafe in the desert.
How's it going?
How are you?
it's been weird because I just came back from school and everything, so I'm like adjusting to this new normal, just like everyone else. But it's been interesting.
Now let me ask you, what time is it there?
In Arizona, I think it's like 6:54, but I'm in Florida right now. So.
She's in Boca. She's next door to me right now.
Oh, she's in Boca, because I was about to say nobody looks this great at 6 o'clock in the morning.
She's living next door to me. Yeah.
I try to like get myself ready and everything so I feel better about getting up in the morning, but like it's still a struggle.
I heard Arizona. I heard that Disney just furloughed all their employees that are non-unionized.
Yeah. So I think that was like in the fall usually when they start. But they told us that they'll let us know when we're going to start getting contacted and everything because Disney's closed, so filming and everything is not really happening right now. So we're just kind of waiting and see what happens.
Waiting. Yeah, my daughter was telling me because she used to work with them that she got word from some of her friends that if the non-union employees were furloughed until they reopen, which no one knows when they're reopening.
Yep, definite right now, so no one knows.
I mean, it's just incredible. But you know what, Freddie? I got to tell you something. All the years that we've been doing this and growing platforms and growing our interns that are now our producers, and they come back home, and you know what? You guys always have a home with us. We are going to do whatever we can to keep you at least busy. If we can pay whatever we can pay on gigs, like we always do. But I don't want them sitting home looking around with nothing to do. We have plenty of things to do.
I have 3 classes left because I'm so used to taking them at school and doing everything how I used to do it, and now I'm like in this whole other environment. So I'm really adjusting to making a schedule and having all my classes and figuring out how I'm going to do that and still like work out and walk and just like I do all day. So I do what I can. It's really nice to contact everything.
It's funny, Freddie, because sometimes Wi-Fi works because Amanda was on Wi-Fi at Oceans 2, 3, 4, and here it's a little choppy. So we're still on a learning curve with it.
Yes, it's okay. And listen, I just wanted to make sure she was safe. I'm glad that you're back home and you're not stuck out there in the desert. We had DJ Smalls on yesterday as well, and we want to hear from you kids to make sure that you know we're still thinking about you. The game ain't over. The game has just begun. We're going to open up another level, another channel. And we have a lot to do, and you guys, these kids are very talented. They have the skills that are unbelievable. We have a new logo that was put out by Kelsey, which we're going to probably showcase at 12 o'clock. And we have a whole lot of stuff to throw at you guys and keep you busy until this stuff blows over, which is going to take a few weeks.
Oh, I have an idea. I just came up with it. I got to talk to the animator.
Okay.
You know, you can only keep me down for so long with the migraine, but when I'm back, I'm back.
I know, I could tell. A pancake does a lot for you. All right, good. Very good.
Steph, we love you. Stay safe. We got things for everybody to do. And again, huge, huge, huge shout out and thank you to Teddy, our producer, who is running everything from home. Is there another word for she's like producer extraordinaire. She needs like her own title. She needs her own dressing room, I think.
No, don't get nuts now. Don't get crazy.
She's just been truly, truly spectacular. Teddy,
send us a pancake.
You want a pancake? Should I send you a pancake virtually through the air?
Where did you get the pancakes from?
IHOP, baby.
Really?
Yep.
How long did it take for you to get it?
Well, here's the thing. They went to the office address first because I put in the wrong address. Otherwise, it would have been here very quickly. But they were nice enough to come to my house. So you know what? Everyone is coming together, and I can't, thank my Uber driver enough, my Uber Eats, for bringing it to my house because at first he went to our studio. So it's a learning curve for all of us. What a great show. I have an idea. Maybe tonight we go live at 7:30 and do a little recap.
Okay.
I know.
Maybe. I maybe.
Right?
We have to talk about We have to
You
talk
know,
about how to be able to do that. Yeah.
so we're going to do like everybody else is going to do it. We've got Teddy Unscripted coming to you at 10:30 this morning. We're going to be running, Freddie's going to be running that. Do we have Fuego today at 11 or Slick Speaks?
Fuego's at 11. And we can put Slick Speaks at 11:30.
Okay. And then we go back on at 12. And then at 3 o'clock, we've got the Love Hour, the Florida Love Show with Ken Learman, 3 amazing guests. There's Honey. And of course, our very own Jen G will be on from 3 to 4 with Ken Learman on Florida Love Show. At 6 o'clock, we've got Momentum Mindset back in the queue. Jay Farrow, the facets of Jay Farrow, this man amazes me because he's worked with us, he and Janine, probably for a year and a half now. And from Momentum Mindset Show to The Verdict to his piano playing every day. And I don't know how, every song I think about, the next day he's playing it. Every week, everyone has brought me to tears. He's got an uncle right now who is battling COVID. So our hearts and prayers go out to them. So stay tuned to 6 o'clock for Momentum Mindset on WWNN. And at 7 o'clock, you've got the Sex Guys on WWNN. Yes. So a lot going on.
Yes. A lot. It's a busy day today. Lots of entertainment. And then you could do your Netflix binge. You got 28 new shows coming out this weekend.
All right. And you're going to upload us to Roku, which is kind of scary in itself. So
yes,
see what happens.
Absolutely.
Have a great morning, everyone. Be safe. Be kind. Reboot your computer. Don't worry. The internet may go down. Just reboot it and it will come back. And we will see you 12 o'clock.
Excellent. Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.